Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Preston's Travel Moments. This is part 2 of our New York City series, and this one was a really busy day, so we're just going to jump right into it. Now, this was my first full day in New York City, and what better way to kick it off than to go see the Statue of Liberty herself. Seeing the Statue of Liberty has been on my bucket list for a long time, but not only did I want to go see the Statue of Liberty, I wanted to go up in the Statue of Liberty, and so that's exactly what I did. And not only did we get to go inside the Statue of Liberty, but I also got to go up to the crown, which is something that not a lot of people can say that they've done. Now, when I was planning this trip, I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to be able to get up into the crown because it was closed for restoration for a really long time and there was no clear date of when it was going to open. But about a month and a half before my trip, the crown reopened, so I was able to secure my ticket, and I'm so glad I did. It was so cool to get to go up in the crown and look out from the Statue of Liberty and see all that you can see from up there. Now let me tell you, it was a really long and kind of hard climb to get up there. You have to go up a very narrow spiral staircase, and those stairs are very, very steep. So it took me a little bit to muster up the energy to get all the way up there, but it was so worth it. And while I was up in the crown, I was able to talk to the park rangers up there and got to learn a little bit more about the Statue of Liberty herself, how she was a gift from France, and how she was designed, and how there's some symbolism within the statue as well, which was really cool to learn about. We then ventured into Little Italy for some lunch. Now, if you have been around this channel, you know that I did a whole study abroad in Italy, so of course I wanted to come to Little Italy and see what it was all about. So we ended up eating lunch at this place called Casa d'Angelo, and of course I had to eat one of my favorite Italian dishes, spaghetti alla carbonara, and I was really impressed with how authentic it was. It was the closest thing to real Italian food that I've been able to find in the US. And just being around so many Italians and just the feel and vibe and atmosphere of Little Italy made me really nostalgic for Italy. So special shout out to all of my Italian friends. I love you and I miss you, and I can't wait to come back and see you all soon. Next, we ventured over to the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. Now, this was a really special, but also a very sad and sort of sombering experience. You know, as Americans, we hear about it and we learn about this terrible event that happened in our history, but it's something totally different to actually step foot where it actually happened. And one thing I didn't know until I was there was that the museum is built into the foundations of the Twin Towers, which adds just a whole nother level and depth to the very somber atmosphere of this space. The museum itself houses a lot of very different things, including damaged fire trucks, damaged ambulances and police cars, pieces of the steel from the building, and even pieces of the airplanes that crashed into the buildings. Even though walking around the museum and seeing everything will really make you sad, It's definitely something that all Americans should experience to fully understand and recognize how awful this attack on our country was. All right, everybody, tonight is the night. I am finally, after 15 long years, I am finally seeing Wicked the musical on Broadway. If you know me, you know how much I love this musical, how much it means to me, and it's crazy that I'm finally getting to see it here in New York City. I've seen the first national tour 3 times. I've seen it once in London in the West End, and now tonight we get to complete the trifecta by seeing it on Broadway and from some pretty spectacular seats. So, come along, let's go see Wicked. And with that, that's going to conclude this episode of the vlog. Thanks again so much for coming along with me and watching and getting to experience this trip with me. I love getting to share everything with you. It's a lot of fun. Today was such a special day between the Statue of Liberty and Little Italy and the One World Trade Center and the museum. And then, of course, wrapping it up with Wicked. Just so special. I love Wicked so much. It means so much to me. It's my all-time favorite musical, and I'm so happy that I finally got to see it on Broadway. So this was a really special day and a really special night. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.